Oh, God. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's me, Mr. Mario, and this might be not low effort, but this might be the most low energy vlog type thing I've done on this channel. I felt like just turning on my camera and talking for a bit, and didn't really feel like doing it over gameplay footage, which I'll talk about that in a bit here. But first off, happy Halloween to anybody who is celebrating Halloween. If you're across the pond, it might be a little bit late, honestly, but I know if you're in the US by the time this goes out, well, you might be trick-or-treating, or you might be giving out candy, or you might just be doing what I'm doing, which is kind of just sitting. I'm tired, dude. I'm tired. I've been traveling a good amount, doing a bunch of things either on weekends or weekdays, or on both, and yeah, just been busy overall. Been busy, to put it lightly, but we're not really talking about that so much. Maybe should talk about my sleep schedule, where I have this problem where I go to sleep at like 1 a.m. and wake up at 6 something, and I keep doing it, and it's a really bad habit. Like I'm a night owl naturally, and I like staying up late, and hard habit to break, I'll tell you on that. But anyways, I was kind of looking over because there's some stuff here. First off, the get up and all that. Now, if this doesn't look very recognizable, well, I don't have any toast, but I actually would have had the unibrow going, but I just washed it because like my face is all like dirty and nasty and stuff, so I end up like washing my face and all that right before this vlog so I can look presentable. But this is my costume for today. This is my Halloween costume. In case you don't know what it is, it's Ed from Ed Netty. Now, if you follow me on other social media like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I post this up on there. And down below in the description or something, I know I should have like a full album of my photos on my Facebook page probably by the time this goes up. But I'll put a link somewhere where you all can check it out just down below, and you can actually see me, well, pretty much acting like Ed. I would say a dumbass, but we all know what Ed acts like if you've seen Ed Netty. And most people would know that I enjoy that show. It's actually my favorite childhood cartoon, and one of my favorite shows ever, and one of my favorite cartoons. But out of the childhood cartoons I remember, definitely my favorite one. And this is something I've actually been wanting to do for ages, so the get up wasn't even really that hard. It's just I had to buy this stuff, and it is so frustrating trying to just find a basic red and white striped shirt online. Never thought it'd be that hard to find one. At least like on time and everything, because I had to do Saturday delivery. But point is, this has been my costume, so yeah, that's been my costume. It's been fun so far. I got quite a few laughs out of it, which is great. Overall, man, kind of making this video too, because the main two things I want to talk about were, one, I wanted to show you all the costume and say happy Halloween and all that stuff, but other thing is No Shave November, so it's probably, I do have a bit of scruff right now. You see, I like doing No Shave November. It's just when you don't shave, and it can be, you know, it's really for, you know, testicular cancer awareness, but I've always done it just for fun, really, on here. But last year I didn't get to do it because I was doing job interviews and all that stuff, and I almost forgot about it until last night. I was actually talking with my buddy Johnny Guns, and I think he was the one who mentioned it. He's like, oh, hey, you know, No Shave November. I was like, oh yeah, I was gonna do that. And then he was freaking out like he wants to do it, and I'm like, yeah, I can. I mean, since I'm employed now, I can, you know, do No Shave November with no issue. And they're really not crazy about, you know, having to trim your facial hair or anything, so that's a nice thing. It's not like I'm in a position where I have to be clean shaven or I have to keep everything clean cut in a way. No, I can do whatever, which is pretty nice. So we're also challenging Modbot or Dope Swanner, so bug him about it, but we're challenging him to do the No Shave November thing with us, which when we all did it together in 2014, I think I was the only one who did not touch my facial hair at all. In 2015, I couldn't do it, but this year, we're doing it, so it'll be fun. We'll see what's up. So you all will get to see it. I was going to say in December, but you're going to see it throughout November as well, too, because there's going to be several on-face videos I'm going to do. Aside from that, I mean, I have a bunch of other videos planned. I have some others that are just... I have a lot of videos. See, I batch create content. Right now, while I'm recording this video, I have like 4 or 5 videos on my channel that are uploaded, thumbnails, metadata, everything, annotations, everything ready to go. But I kind of just stagnate it out, so that way it's like, I like producing content, I like doing that. But if there's ever like a time for like 2 or 3 weeks where I can't make anything, I have extra videos on hand, which works out really well. So there's some videos I do have planned that I want to make, others that I have planned that are already going to be uploaded, and then there's also been some that I have done and I've just had to delay them for several reasons. So there's one video in particular I'm thinking of right now, and whenever it does come out, promise it will, it's nothing modding related, but whenever it does come out, I can kind of explain why it was delayed, but that's all I can really say on it for now, so kind of put the cap on that. The other thing I was going to talk about, which was Had to swallow there. In regards to the whole, when I mentioned, the whole like face thing versus gameplay and all that stuff, one thing I've noticed that's kind of funny now is gameplay commentaries used to be quite big on YouTube. I'd still say they're kind of big, but you all have probably noticed that there's not been as many commentaries on here. I'm not getting rid of them. It's just I felt more open about getting in front of my camera, and I've always enjoyed getting in front of the camera. There are times, though, where sometimes I just don't want to get on my camera, and I just want to record a video in my underwear, which if I do a commentary, I can do pretty easily. And the funny thing is now, technically speaking, commentaries are more effort than this type of video right here. This video that I'm doing is less effort than a gameplay commentary, but gameplay commentaries are looked at as shittier content, which I find really funny. People think they're not creative, they're lazy, they're stupid, they're just, the gameplay's unrelated to the video or the topic or whatever you're talking about. And it's funny because it's like, well, with the gameplay commentary, the way I do it, I have to sit there and record myself playing. I'm not saying it's bad, but I sit there and spend time recording a game, and then when I do that, I render out the video, and then I record my audio separately, and then I splice the two together and render it out. While as with this, I literally hit record, talk, finish recording, and that's pretty much it. So technically it's funny just because this type of video is more respected than a gameplay commentary, but this is actually lazier for me to record, so just a little bit of insight there, which I find a bit funny. I also figured something that might be interesting for you all is, so at work today we end up having a whole like Halloween themed thing, and that's why I dressed up. I dressed up like this at work, and I am hot, but I'm keeping this jacket. I've had this jacket on since like 7:30 this morning, and it is 6:13 p.m. right now while I'm recording this, so I'm just a little bit flustered. But yeah, so I've had this going on, and we could dress up if we wanted to. Now, we had a chili day, so people could bring chili, or I decided to not bring chili. I just brought in food. But one thing I did bring in was my PlayStation VR. I talked with my manager about it. He's like, yeah, cool, we can hook it up. Brought in the PSVR, brought in the PlayStation 4. Everyone got a kick out of it. Everyone loved it. And especially like my manager just went completely nuts over it. He loved the thing. The most popular game was Until Dawn Rush of Blood, which is great. And I do want to do a review of PlayStation VR at one point, but I feel like I still want to spend more time with it. And I kind of want to delay it until the PS4 Pro comes out, because I'd really like to have a segment in that video where I talk about, is it worth getting a PS4 Pro if you're getting PSVR, or is PSVR still pretty good on the original system? Which I will say, on my current PS4, which is the original one, it's pretty good, I would say that, but I'm sure it's going to be better with the Pro, so I might just wait until after the Pro comes out to compare and contrast. And also, I've been playing other stuff. Like, I'm kind of trying to play Silent Hill 3, and I've just never it's been so hard for me to get into it. I don't know why. I don't know why. It is so hard for me to get more than an hour into that game. Silent Hill 1 is great. Silent Hill 2, I love. Silent Hill 3, I taper. Like, it is... I need to, like, have, like, 6 hours of free time and just force myself to play, because I'm pretty sure if I get a few hours into the game, I'll enjoy it. The problem is, I always lose interest within the first hour. And it really frustrates me, because a lot of people say that's the best one. People have their opinions. I think the second one's the best one, but because of that, I've never finished Silent Hill 3. I've just never had the interest in it, unfortunately. I'm trying to play through the first 4 at minimum, so there's been that. And I also just picked up Titanfall 2. And so far I'm playing the campaign, and the campaign's actually pretty solid. I'll say that I had my doubts for a game that was previously multiplayer only and had a pretty hacked up campaign. The campaign and multiplayer, the campaign on Titanfall 1 it was embarrassing to call that a campaign. It was embarrassing to call it a campaign. It was all multiplayer missions, so you still played your multiplayer stuff, and in between matches, you had people yelling over the telecom at each other, and that was supposed to be the campaign. Horribly done campaign. Horribly done. That's why I classify Titanfall as a multiplayer only game. So I was very hesitant to see how a fully fledged, like, completely single-player standalone experience would be on there. So far, it's pretty awesome. So I'm playing it on PC, and I'm gonna build a new PC. I've been wanting to for a while, but, like, this game, I'm just like, I don't know if it's the drivers or what, because I think I updated my drivers, but I really have to dial back my settings on here, and now I'm starting to really feel the age of the computer, aside from, rendering time and all that taking a bit longer. But, like, playing a game like Titanfall 2, and I had to keep dialing back settings so my frame rate would stay at least, 60-ish. I'm like, I cannot wait to build a new computer. It'll be fun. Because I just don't feel like putting any more money into this computer that's, like, by my foot right now. So that's been fun. I guess the last thing I could do to end this video was I got this present from my manager, and we'll go ahead and unbox it, unbag it, unwrap it. This is actually, it wasn't just for me, it was for all my coworkers, but what the hell's leaking? What the hell is leaking, dude? No, I think that's just water. It got on my mouse pad, dude. Alright, let's see what the hell's in here. Crunch bar. Apparently, he gives out full-size candy bars for Halloween. I thought he was balling out, and I'm sure he is a bit, but he told me he only has like, I don't know, 20, 30 kids show up to his place, and at the end of the night, it's like, well, he could spend just as much on fun-size candy as he could candy bars and could still, you know, give his entire neighborhood candy. So full-size candy bars. We got the same treatment as those other kids, and that's awesome. I'll have one alcohol, please. Fireball right here. That's actually good stuff. That's good stuff. I'm not even an alcohol person, but rum chata is okay as well too. He also threw this in. People like to drink at the place I work. People, like, there's a drinking culture there. And oh, that's just another thing. I'll get it. And what the hell is this? Wick for Brains pumpkin ale? Interesting. Apparently, I needed to check because one of my coworkers was telling me you're supposed to mix all three of these together. I'm not a beer person. I'm really not a beer person. But you're supposed to mix all three of these together. And I'm going to hold off on that because I'm like, I don't want to take your advice and sully and ruin the drink. So we'll see what's up. But, yo, my manager was awesome for that. Had to throw that in the trunk of my car, though. So it's like, you know, it doesn't look like I'm drinking and driving if I ever get pulled over. And finally, I'll put that trash over to the side. What is this? There we go. Russell Stover Dark Chocolate and Raspberry Cream Pumpkin. It's awesome. I love my manager, dude. He's awesome. So that's my my little unbagging right there. I don't even know what I'm going to call this video, but, you know, channel update, ramble, No Shave November, Happy Halloween Ed costume thing. I think something like that will work out. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this tired ramble, you know, a like would be appreciated. If you didn't, well then, you know, that thing. Anyways, signing off. Later, everyone.